Okay, so this is actually take 2 for me. What I just did 3 minutes of recording and it was trash. Happy Monday morning. I hope y'all had a great weekend. I terribly miss you guys. I know you probably got the word on Friday that we are not returning to school for the remainder of the school year, and it absolutely breaks my heart that I cannot give you a proper goodbye. When we left school that Friday, March 13th, remember in math class we took our geometry test that day? I asked you in class who has internet because this is something that possibly might arise. I had absolutely no idea that it was going to be something like this, especially starting that Monday. I remember me saying, oh, we'll be here Monday. It might start as early as Tuesday. Yeah, this has just floored me, and I miss you guys so bad. I know there's lots of questions going around about grading and different stuff. Our board members have a meeting tonight, Monday night, and they will probably be discussing 4th 9 weeks grades. I know this is hard to give y'all grades doing virtual school. Good news is, I'm not taking grades on every single thing. I'm taking about 4 out of the 5 per week that we do. I still need you to do your absolute best effort. Things that I'm doing is not busy work. This is what we'd be doing if we were at school, as if we were going to take an EOG. We would be every day reviewing a certain topic. I'm actually slacking a little bit on the review because typically all we do are like word problems and major detailed harder problems, and I'm really just reviewing with you the topic. Maybe in a few more weeks we'll get into more complicated, but right now I'm just making sure you remember the skill. These are things that you have to know for 8th grade math. So if you're looking at this like, I don't need to do this, you're only going to hurt yourself in the long run. So just, do what Miss Buchanan says, do the right thing. And, this is just something that's expected of you. I know it's hard, it's difficult. This is hard for me to teach from a screen. I never went to school to be showed how to teach from a computer screen, trust me. But I'm doing my best, and I'm here for you guys if you need me. So this week we're going to look at the number system. And today specifically we're going to look at rational versus irrational. And if you have your composition notebook, these notes will be at the beginning of the school year. I would say late August, early September. So if you have that, feel free. You probably, you may not even need this video. But I'm going to go through this slide and go through a few things, especially with a calculator and stuff that you might need to know. So basically you need to know the questions that you're going to answer today is the number rational or irrational? So every single number in this world falls between these two categories. Rational, remember, is a number, you got to know what the decimal's doing. So if they give you a fraction, remember, you got to say top divided by bottom, top divided by the bottom in your calculator. Or if you didn't have a calculator, do it long division, but you can use a calculator if you have one. Your cell phone works great if you don't have one. So you got to see what the decimal's doing. If there's no decimal, it's a whole number, that's rational because the decimal will be 0.0, no decimal. So rational numbers that terminate, remember terminate means stops, ends, so the decimal stops, or it repeats. So for instance, the decimal 0.25, that terminates. So that would be a rational number, rational. A repeating decimal, if I give you 1/3, well, I know that decimal is equivalent to as being 0.3 repeating, so that would be rational. Irrational. This is numbers that go on forever and never repeat. The most common irrational number that I can give you is pi, P-I, not pi like you eat. 3.14, da 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 da. So if you're given a fraction or a square root, which I'm going to cover here in a few minutes, or something that's not in decimal form, put it in your calculator, change it to a decimal, see what the decimal's doing. And then you decide, is it rational or is it irrational? So I'll let you go through these slides on your own. I'm going to skip down to, I've gave you examples of rational versus irrational is right here. You're going to see this on your assignment today, square roots. We talked about this kind of not too long ago. Remember square root? It looks like the division symbol, but with a little curly on the check mark part. when you see that symbol, you're asking yourself, what, let me see if I can move myself up here. It's the symbol up here where it says square root of a. What times itself equals that number? So for instance, the square root of 9. I say, okay, what times itself is 9? Well, it's 3 because 3 times 3 is 9. So this answer would just be 3. Your calculator, some of you probably forgot how to put this in. You have to hit the second button first. Once you hit second, it's the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 button down on the left right here. It's actually the square button without the second function, but above the square is the square root symbol. And does anybody remember the real name of the square root symbol? I may give you that as a bonus here soon. So that's how you put in square roots. You just do, like if you want to do square root of 9, I would do second square 9, enter, and then you should see 3 in your screen. All right, so today's assignment is going to be that quizzes, or I don't know what it's called. I have found that when I don't use Go Formative, if I use iExcel or if I use quizzes or like another gaming, only about half of you that's been working think, I don't gotta do it. So this is still a grade. So whatever I give you, this today is counting as a grade. These quizzes have a time limit, so it's not like you're going to have until next month to get this done. I'm going to set the time to expire, so this is Monday, by Wednesday. So if you get behind in your work, I would rather you do things in order because they're building. So if you're not watching this till Tuesday, make sure you do this before you do Tuesdays, and then do da-da-da-da. So anyways, you've got to get it completed. This is your review for rational versus irrational numbers. Maxie, you're fine. You're not being too loud. Okay, if you need me, email me, chat me. I'm here. We will do a Google Meet sometime this week. I'll be looking at maybe Tuesday morning. I'd love for you just to log on and say, hey, if it's just for 5 seconds, just let me see your sweet face. Hope you're doing well, and let me know if you need anything. Love you guys.